Oh no. Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we are. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling show on the interweb. Welcome back to Wrestling with Omer. It is January 16th, 2025. Coming to you live from my undisclosed location on the East Coast. Doing a Friday or Thursday. It's a Thursday. I'm doing a Thursday show. Going to be doing a bit of traveling this weekend, so can't promise that I'll be able to do a Sunday show, so I'm getting it out of the way here. We're doing it live. It's going to be a heck of a weekend. We got a lot to cover, though. Today on this stream, we're going to be talking about AEW. We got some fan backlash, myself included, who are not happy with the direction of AEW's main event angle. We're going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be getting into the Corey Graves situation with WWE. Looks like it's getting pretty bad out there for one Corey Grave. Anyway, I don't know. Guys, you know the name of the game. You guys know the show. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. You guys want to control the show? It's all you. This is a fan-run show. If you put it in the chat, I'm probably going to talk about it. If you leave a super chat, that is the best way to guarantee your question or statement is answered live on the air with time. But let's dive right in. I can already see some of the chats out here. Robert is in the chat. What's up, Robert? AEW is awesome and getting better. The bots and WWE fans got nothing better to do when WWE is not that great. I mean, I don't think WWE's main event angles are that good, honestly, right now either. Outside of... I think the Kevin and Cody stuff has a lot of potential, and I think Kevin Owens has been a bright spot in the main event scene. But outside of that, I am not a big fan of what's going on in WWE. But I do want to talk about the AEW stuff because it's not only a bit of a big story that people are obviously talking about, but as someone who I identify myself as probably more so in AEW's core key audience than another person would. I am certainly no Jim Cornette nor Eric Bischoff when it comes to my taste in professional wrestling. I am a big mark for New Japan Pro Wrestling. You guys, if you've watched my videos, if you've seen it, you guys know that already. And the truth is that this angle, this specific one, and the seemingly unwavering direction that this is going, they do not seem to be concerned with the backlash from their core key audience. Again, I think it is a concerning trend that needs to be highlighted a bit. But I also don't want to be the person who's literally everything they do is trash, because that's not true. Last night's Dynamite was, in my view, a fantastic show. I enjoyed that show a good amount. I thought that outside of the main event and about half of the MJF and Jeff Jarrett stuff, it was a great show. I thought Brian Cage versus Kenny Omega set the table for Kenny's first feud back. I liked it. The ambiance in that amphitheater in Cincinnati was amazing. It was great. It was great. But as Minister Supreme El Bay in the chat says, amazing name, by the way, AEW did drop the ball last night with Powerhouse Hobbs losing to Mox. You're damn right they did. And one of the biggest stories over the past couple of days, ever since Tony Khan dropped this graphic that set up a match for AEW Collision where Hobbs was teaming up with 5 other people to go up against Mox, the Death Riders, and everyone else. One of the biggest talking points you've heard from, again, people who have defended AEW. People who have wrote for AEW. AEW drones on Twitter are turning on this angle. And it's not just because it is unrelentingly bad. It has actually more to do, I think, with the fact that this angle has continued in the direction it has, in the way it has, and it seems like they are gung-ho with continuing on with their main event scene, their main title, their men's world championship Not being on TV because it's in a damn briefcase. But the fact that they are okay with all of that. And this storyline that was supposed to be a meta thing, that was supposed to be Mox coming out and like, I'm gonna bring the best out in these people. I'm gonna bring the best out in Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. And we've seen nothing that progresses in that direction. Instead, right now, who is he facing up against? Who is he having and building up a feud against? It's not OC anymore. It's not Jay White. It's not Darby Allin because he's climbing Mount Everest and is going to be off TV for a couple of months. It's not any of the young guys. Instead, we're focusing on Adam Copeland, who I love, and Jon Moxley. And in a vacuum, I would enjoy it. In a vacuum, I would look at that matchup in AEW with this potential of storytelling they could do, and I would be like, this is amazing. But that is not the story that they have tried to tell. And this story, we gave it time. I said at one point that this was a story that AEW needed because, in my view, they were building up to something bigger. But it turns out they weren't. And it's not just Shane McMahon. It's not any of that. It's other stuff too. Who has been really uplifted? I'd argue that Orange Cassidy, the match against Moxley that uplifted him the most, was not the match that he had at Full Gear. It was the match that he had with Moxley at All Out in 2023. That was that star-making performance for Orange Cassidy. That was that main event-making performance for Orange Cassidy. Not this. So what has he done? You killed Bryan Danielson and kayfabe on TV. What has been accomplished? What has been done since then? And I was always willing to wait. But that was in October, November, December. We are in January. This thing, Mox as champion, has been going on for 4 months. It has dragged beyond compare. There's no evolution week to week. And if this is the peak, this ain't it. This ain't it. Because I still don't fully understand Mox. Is he supposed to be like Itachi Uchiha? Like that would have been an interesting way to go in this. Have him be Itachi from Naruto. For those of you who watch Naruto, you know what I'm saying. Itachi was made out to be the bad guy and did evil things in that show in the name of the greater good. That is not what Jon Moxley seems to be doing, because he's cutting these like nonsensical rambling promos that don't even allude to what's going to happen in the future. Don't even allude to anything. There's no mystique around it. Man, this is bad. This is horrible. It's the world title picture. It's supposed to be the most sacred title in all of professional wrestling. Come on now. And I'm supposed to sit here and be like, just wait for it to play out. Wait till All Out. Wait till or All In. Wait till Darby Allin comes back from climbing Everest, and then he's going to be the world champion. Because they've done a great job of building Darby up in the past 4 months. Outside of him going off and ramming his car into Jon Moxley's truck at Full Gear in the end of that show, outside of that, what has Darby done? He's been on side quests. He hasn't been focused. There's been nothing. He didn't even get... It would have been one thing if you had him just face off against Mox in the beginning of this feud, lose for the world championship, and then have to tell a story of him having to work his way back up. I could have bought that a little bit more. Still wouldn't have made up for these nonsensical promos. But come on. You're holding that hostage. You're holding the trios title hostage. What the hell are we doing here? Meanwhile, your fans, your core audience is upset with you because they don't want to see this shit on TV. I don't want to see this shit on TV. And I'm part of AEW's core audience. Y'all know me. I'm a nerd about professional wrestling. I'm a geek. I'm a sicko. At my heart, in my core, I am a freaking sicko. And what are we doing with this? Your audience is turning on this angle in a profound way, in a vocal way, in a way that takes away from the television show. And the only thing that kept that main event hot, the only thing that made me excited about Hobbs and Jon Moxley is the one thing that I worry that AEW has lost. Because in the beginning, Tony Khan had said that he would have his finger on the pulse of what fans want. And I understand the idea of wanting to have a long-running heel champion. I get that. I fully understand that. But when your fans are turning in this way, you gotta pivot. And they had a chance to do that. People were clamoring. You know how excited people would have been? You know how excited your core audience would have been if you had Lex Luger the belt on Hobbs last night? You had an opportunity to do it, and you would have figured it out. The excitement would have got you at least a week or two to figure out what to do with it. But sometimes you need that. You need that reprieve. Even WCW understood that in 1997 because they understood, goddamn, pal, Hulk Hogan's out here whooping everyone's ass every week, cutting these boring-ass promos, and we're just living off of the vibes of the NWO. Maybe we should give a babyface a world championship run here. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. And you're damn right. He's not Itachi. This man is Orochimaru. He's Orochimaru. No, bro, he's like, no. He's not even as cool as Orochimaru. Orochimaru at least had a cool backstory. This is bad. This is horrible. This is cooked. Please end this, Tony Khan. And before you guys end this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You're damn right. Whoo, people, I am heated today. We're just getting started. Oh, man, we got Leo Relic in the chat. Hello, Leo. Hello, Taco Kid. Hello, everyone who's joining up in the chat. Wall Street Money, I see you. I also just got off of work. Well, kind of. Yeah, no, this is cooked, man. Smash that like button. You're damn right. Do you think the Death Rider storyline can be saved? If so, how? Saved is... It would take something drastic to save the story. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Saving this story, I just don't... I mean, again, it's not my job to save this story. It is, at the end of the day, Tony Khan and AEW's booking committee and their job to save it. Can they save it? Yeah, sure. If you're a good enough booker, you can do it. One of the things or an idea that I would have to do that would be, one, having Mox just come out and in the clearest possible way explain what the fuck he is doing. Because they're not the only ones who've lost the plot. I've lost the plot too. I don't know what's going on. Explain why he's angry, why we don't see the AEW World Champion. Explain. Just explain yourself, Mox, please. That's a start right there, all right? Then I need him to build up someone young. Cope ain't it. And if it's Cope versus Mox at this Australia show, it makes no sense because you sold as many tickets you're probably going to sell. You sold like 10,000 tickets in that arena. That's about how much that arena holds. All right? If it's for Revolution, at that point, just put the belt on Kenny. At that point, have Kenny be the one to save Mox. That's how you fix this. You have Kenny come in and say, I'm the fucking EVP. I'm in charge. This is my company. That is my title. And just like I did last time, I'm taking that belt back where it belongs from you, Jon Moxley. I don't care whether you're Dictator Mox. I don't care whether you're, I'm a crazy, eccentric one. I don't care. Have Kenny beat him. And then have Kenny face off against Takeshita and have him win the international championship. And then have Kenny face off against Okada at All In, have him win the Continental Championship. Or hell, build that matchup and have Okada win all the belts. Have him be the belt collector. Do something that get away from this. Get Mox away from that world title picture. I love Jon Moxley, but this ain't it. I love everything he has done in AEW, but this ain't it. This ain't it, man. This really ain't it. The only way they can save it is bring out Shane. I think that ship has sailed. Another story in which there was huge potential miss, like what the Death Riders did Brian at Wrestle Dream, was a great moment. But just like the Tony Khan segment, they didn't capitalize on. Agreed. It's eerie. It's eerily similar, like the Tony Khan segment with the Elite. We got Ivan in the chat. What's up, Ivan? Saying, I didn't even like the Jeff Jarrett MJF. Yeah, like a good amount of that segment was just like garbage, honestly. Like I was like, oh, you're old ladies of this, your moms of this. I'm like, what the fuck, whoa, bro? Like, and there were parts of it that were brilliant. There were parts of it that were good, but I was just like, man, like, what are we doing here? Like, why is Jeff Jarrett crashing out about? I don't know, whatever. Again, I don't like that part, but everything else I thought was fine. Me personally, I think it should be Will Ospreay who should win. Hey man, have Ospreay win. Let's do it. Do it up in Forbidden Door. Let's do it up, man. Sure, I'm fine with that. Just get away from this. Just please, please, please get away from this. Like, Jesus. One second. Anyway, sorry about that. Someone was crashing out in the group chat. MJF should be feuding with Daniel Garcia. They already did that. I think they can come back to it. MJF should have went to WWE instead of coming back to AEW. I don't think. I think he's gonna probably end up in WWE someday. I think that will probably happen at some point. The thing is, I mean, when was he gonna leave? In 2022 when he was about to win the World Championship? That's when he re-signed. That's when he re-signed with the company. So he didn't really have a chance since then to leave. AEW keeps this up. TNA will be number 2. That ain't happening. Ain't no way. I cover this TNA WWE thing, and it's big for TNA. It's major. It is not going to get them to number 2 like that. It would take an insane, a monumental influx of cash, goodwill, and a lot bit actually of luck in order for TNA to become the number 2 company. They just are not to the scale of AEW when it comes to just how big they are. It's just what it is. When do you think Mox will lose the AEW championship? When do I think? When do I want? When should he? When will he? Those are all different questions. When should he? He should lose it. I mean, he should lose it next week. But if you're talking about like he should lose it at Revolution. All right. He should lose it at Revolution. We should move on from. I mean, that's still 2 months away. No, he should lose it at Grand Slam. Hell, belt up Jay White. Let's do it. Build a star. Make a guy right there. Belt up Jay White in Australia. Have that be a big moment. Let's just do it. That saves your main event picture right there. Because immediately it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting, and it's going to be a big moment for him in Australia. Belt up Jay White and have that be a feel-good show. Because AEW has not had a bunch of feel-good moments on their shows as of late, which is like a bit like counter to what AEW has done traditionally. Traditionally, they've been a feel-good company. And right now, WWE's on a bit of a roll with them doing kind of like feel-good shows, right? And feel-good endings for their shows. Yeah. But Revolution is probably when he should lose it. Grand Slam is when he probably should lose it. When will he lose it? At this point, he's probably going to lose it all in, and it's not going to be a good moment. Or it's going to be a good moment, but it's going to be a bad road there. I haven't watched AEW in a while, but does Christian Cage still have the contract? It's looming. Yes, he still has the contract. Tony books for Tony. I don't even think that, because, like, here's the thing. Everything else on that show, outside of, like, 10 minutes of Jeff Jarrett and MJF, everything else on that show was amazing. It was probably the best stuff I watched in wrestling this week. Way better. And Raw was a good show. Penta's debut was amazing. But if I had to stack, if you take away the main event of this AEW show, stack it up against Raw, this clears Raw, in my view. It clears it. But the addition of that main event, that was a stinker of an ending, at least. I think Hobbs and Mox did a good enough job, and I was riding that wave of, man, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll belt up Hobbs. But they didn't. They didn't. Guys, reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to try to read as many chats as I can as they come through. You want to guarantee your question or statement is read out on the air and answered, please leave a super chat. Guys, Hangman Page is a heel champion over the Death Riders. Yes, built up Hangman. He's the protagonist of the entire company. He is the company. He is your central character. That's the guy you've literally built your company around since day one. Hobbs isn't ready. That's on Tony. Hobbs, it would have been a moment. I don't care whether Hobbs held the belt for like 2 weeks. He would have been able to say, I am a world champion. Are you going to watch TNA Genesis? Eventually, yeah. I won't be able to watch on Sunday because I'm going to be traveling. AEW needs to go back in time and figure out what made them great. I'll tell you what made them great. Everything else that they booked on that show other than the main event. That's what made them great. It was telling logical stories that engaged fans, that were fun, a mix of lighthearted, funny. Like, it was a variety show, and you didn't know what was exactly what was going to happen. That's what made AEW great. That is what made AEW great. But this Death Rider stuff is the antithesis of what AEW needs to be, in my view. As a longtime viewer, as someone, I'll say it, someone who spent a lot of money. I've spent a lot of money on AEW shows, on flying out to shows. You guys know. You guys have seen the vlogs. You guys have seen me from location, and it's not like like you don't get reimbursed for any of it. Like no. I ain't on nobody's payroll, baby, but my own. But I spent a lot of money on their shows, on flying out, on going and covering these shows, on getting seats, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you right now, it's disheartening. Like, I don't want to, I might leave. Like, I was thinking about it. I wouldn't have told them this, but I was like, Brian Kenny, when I was at Full Gear, I was like, I don't know if I want to stick around for this main event stuff because it's going to be pretty boring. And Orange Cassidy did his thing. Moxley did his thing, but it was exactly what we all thought it was going to be, wasn't it? It was precisely what we all thought it was going to be. Hangman should have been the AEW champion, not Mox. I think this Mox thing could have worked if it was more logical and if it was just more engaging. If a story was progressing. One of my biggest critiques of WWE right now is that they're not advancing stories week to week. They're just not doing it. That's why Cody Rhodes' title reign has been booty cheeks. It's been buddy. It's been buddy. It's been Buddy Murphy. No, but it's been ass. It's been a bad title reign overall, right? Because he won it at Mania. We're 9 months in now, and the first 6 months of that title reign, he did nothing. Nothing was advancing the Cody Rhodes character. The past couple of months with Kevin Owens, they're starting to develop the character. They're starting to be to more define what Cody Rhodes the champion is. But week to week, it's still cheeks. They're at least giving us great storylines for the money that we spend on the product. I diehard about. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a diehard supporter for anyone. And that's not against you. That's not against you. Let me not. I'm not. That's more so against like certain people on the internet. You know. No. Shout out to you, Minister. But no. I mean, like I wouldn't even say I'm a diehard. I'm a diehard wrestling fan. I watch everything. like I watch basically everything that's on in wrestling, right? Because I love wrestling. Like, if there's a New Japan show on, boom, I'll be doing work. I'll be whatever. I'll be on the train. I'll have a New Japan show on because I genuinely love wrestling. I love watching it. I love seeing a good story coming together. Aces and Eights was better. Yes, Aces and Eights was better than this. Interpret that however you will, because I know Ace and Ace itself was a very, divisive gimmick. But goddamn, pal, goddamn, Aces and Eights is way better than this. We got Tony Storm shouldn't have won. No, they made the right decision. I think the story they're telling with Tony Storm is probably one of the best in wrestling right now. Genuinely, one of the best in wrestling. And that's how you tell a main event angle, right? You build it up. You have things advance week to week. And you leave just enough wonder to keep the fans coming back. Like, okay, with Tony Storm, is Tony Storm really suffering from amnesia? Is she suffering from like shock because of her loss, and she's just so overdramatic that's what it did, that's what happened? Or is she doing exactly what Mariah May did 1 year ago to her and playing the long con? Because Mariah May has bought this hook, line, and sinker. If Tony goes into Australia and it's just like, you Mark, I fooled you, and is like, and turns out to be like, this turns out to be like an act of timeless Tony Storm, that'd be amazing. But you don't have that in your main event men's angle, do you? Nah. I love AEW and WWE, but both need better storylines. Yeah, right now, American wrestling is falling way behind Japan right now. I'll tell you this. New Japan right now, if you want to go to watch good storytelling, New Japan. Boys, look at what Brian, look at what Brian just sent me. He's sending me memes. I got cooked. Shout out to Just Brian, guys. Go to his channel, man. Just Brian, give him a subscribe. I love that man, even though he bothers me sometimes. He's a little WWE representative over there. We love him though. Shout out to Just Brian NY. Omos and Noah, absolutely. Yo, no, Noah had a great show. Like, oh my god, their like New Year's show was amazing. Omos looked amazing there. Kenta looked great there. Like, Kyle says New Japan is the worst of the lot. Hey, man, that is what is not true. So that's what's not true. New Japan is right now. They have the match of the year. They have the show of the year. It's New Japan, bro. It's New Japan right now. New Japan is back right now. My boy Tanahashi wasn't crying for no reason. Let me tell you. We got Wall Street Money dropping the money. I appreciate you, my guy. We need the American Dragon to save us from Dictator Mox. You know what? That's an interesting story to tell. And maybe that's the story they should tell with Darby being gone and climbing Everest. Because I'm not waiting till All In, bro. Unless they drastically change things around here, I'm not waiting till All In. But that's an interesting thing. You could have the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, cost Mox the belt, right? Just like Jon Moxley took the belt away from Bryan, Bryan takes the belt away from Mox. Cost him the belt against anyone. I don't care. Jay White, have him show up, and then whatever you got to do, build up the match, All In or Revolution, Double or Nothing, whatever the pay-per-view is. Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Hell, save that for All In probably. Have that. You can build that towards All In because the story is there. The story is there. Jon Moxley tried to murder Bryan Danielson. Have it be a grudge match. Dog collar. Texas Death. We know those guys are ready for it. We know those guys are primed for it. We know those guys want to do it. Have them do that. It'll help you sell tickets for All In. It'll get Mox away from the world title picture, which your audience is not buying right now. And it'll help restore the feeling, bruv. Plus, wait, hold up. Yes, I'm wearing shorts, ladies and gentlemen. But also, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, on TV is always a massive dub. Don't let that hit the ground, baby. You said Five Guys handing everything on a gold platter to Sonata, and he just joined the Bullet Club for... Hey, look, I'm not defending the past couple of years of New Japan booking. I'm talking about right now. Past, 2 months, they've been cooking. Cooking. Gabe Kidd, cooking. Let me tell you. Let me talk to you. How you doing? Shout out to Just Brian. All right. No more phone time. No more screen time. We're throwing that away. All right, boys and girls and everyone else. Let's go to your questions. Tony Khan should hire Freddie Prinze Jr. to produce Dynamite. I don't think Tony Khan's the problem. I know there's a big thing. Tony Khan needs to give up creative. Bro, he's booking the rest of the show and it's fine. He needs to listen to his audience when they tell him his storylines are crap. That's what he needs to do. When his main event storylines are crap, he needs to understand what his audience is thinking. He needs to listen to his audience. He needs to be like, all right, this ain't working. Pivot. And sometimes you need a world title change on a show. I need to know that a world championship can change hands on Dynamite. It would make that show more fun to watch. I don't necessarily think Tony's the problem. They have a booking structure. They have a creative structure there. And I think the past couple of months with some of their other storylines, they've been getting better. But this moxing is dragging the whole company. Literally, it started off as so meta, but now it's gone from meta to metaphysical. It's literally part of it's taken over the company in the worst way. In the worst possible way. Losing Okada hit them harder than they expected. Yeah, I think it did. It definitely did. I mean, they lost a bunch of stars back to back a couple of years in a row. Because in 2016, you had a massive exodus of Doc Gallows, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Shinsuke Nakamura. Then in 2019, you had the big exodus that led to the creation of AEW, of Cody, of Kenny, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page. So many people left. And then you had Ospreay leave. And then you had Okada leave. Mercedes Moné, who's doing good work for them, leave. I think Tony should focus on Dynamite and co-book Collision. Let someone. He needs to. I will say this. Let someone else run ROH, please. Tony Khan should not. Outside of, hey, I like this person and this person for the next few months. Do something with them. Build them up. Whatever. He can do that. Outside of that, Jeff Jarrett, go ham. Actually, no. Don't go ham. Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lynn. Go ham because Jeff Jarrett needs a filter. I love Jeff Jarrett, but that man needs a filter. Don't love his cash for gold schemes, but that's totally different. Hot take. I don't think losing Okada hit them hard. I think they didn't build Shota properly as a replacement. I mean, Shota's not the replacement that they thought he was. But it could be guys like Yota Tsuji. It could be a guy like Gabe Kidd. Shota just isn't ready. It's unfortunate, but it's true. He just isn't ready. To be fair, AJ was only there for a short trip until WWE, but he was the guy. He was a champion. There was was he the international and the IWGP champion? I think he is only the international or in the intercontinental. Sorry, champion. It's changed the channel level with the Death Rider. Yep, I agree. if Mox keeps the title until All In, it'll be a JBL title reign. I mean, it depends who he loses to, because at least JBL lost to John Cena, and that built something big, and that was something the fans wanted to see. Shota is just not him. He hit the best-looking Death Rider ever, though. Yeah, he can take that move. Tony running ROH is Triple H running NXT and the main roster together. Yeah, you shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it. Also, Ring of Honor should not be taped in the same arena that Dynamite is, or Collision. That should not be happening. That should not be happening on a regular basis. Those people are not there to see ROH. That's why they don't care. That's why they get the people get no reaction outside of like Athena. No one gets any reaction. Don't be doing that. Nah. Not today. Guys, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I just made a news update earlier today of the whole TNA thing. The TNA thing. Can't speak right now. TNA WWE coming to an agreement. It was a big story today. Go check that out for all the information there. Let's talk about Corey Graves, though, because I know that people do want to talk about that whole Corey Graves situation. I know that people are clamoring to hear my full thoughts. I covered this in part the other day, but we didn't really get to dive too deep into the latest stuff with that. So we can actually get to that. Actually, before I do, guys, leave your chats. If you guys want to guarantee your question or statement is read out, please leave a super chat while I pull up exactly the quotes and reports that I need. What do we got here? Wonder if WWE will give TNA some big names or just keep taking main eventers and giving them random NXT mid-carders. I think you'll see it'll be a lot of that. Honestly, it will be a lot of that until they get to like whatever the Worlds Collide situation is. Because I do think that they're going to be building up towards a Worlds Collide Forbidden Door type event. Excuse me, sorry. I just don't know. I like it has to be, right? It has to be. I just don't know how long it's going to take for them to actually implement that. I think that might take some time. But when they get there, you will see you will see mid-carders. That is for damn sure. Mid-carders, damn right. But no, you will see both like sides kind of swap some main eventers as well. By the way, look, say what you want. You can talk about it, but that's the wrong That's the wrong screen. To quote Super Hot Fire, because he spit that. The two of you who get that reference, thank you. But while we were talking about AEW, it might be a good time to pull this up. I'm just going through some of the news from today. Last night's AEW got a 679,000 average viewer rating. That is 0.18 in the key demographics. So it's like a 0.01 increase from last week. And look, this is like what they're kind of topping out to at this point. I mean, like their top at this point is like 700,000 on live viewership on. And again, this is just TV. It does not include Max. So again, it's a fine number for what they do, but it's not actually like what they need to be doing, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Like they, and it's not a gauge, I think, of oh, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Malachi Black was criticized by colleagues in AEW who were frustrated by the perception that he was resistant to doing business, including reluctance doing jobs and frequent claims of injury issues. He and Tony Khan never developed rapport. Ooh, the drama continues. I mean, he's done with AEW, so it doesn't matter, I guess. We got more. Although the assumption is he'll return to WWE, Malachi Black had told some people in AEW last year or two that he was burned out and just wanted time away, perhaps even mentioned potentially retiring. Look, it is very easy to be cynical about that. I ain't gonna lie. It's very easy to be cynical about this. One could say burnout. Homie, you wrestled like 5 matches on TV in the past like year. But also, I'm gonna be real with you. And like that was a joke, but like I'm gonna be so real with you. Like I get it. Like sometimes like we don't know what Malachi's going through. Like at the end of the day, it's like at the end of the day, like you never know like what someone's like breaking point is and what is happening backstage that could be wearing on him, honestly. So we got a Meltzer report. All right. As you can see, I'm like literally like, doing like my digging. I should probably take this off screen. Oh no, don't get me cooked, guys. I'm not trying to get cooked by the copyright gods over at AEW Media. All right. I just need one more thing so we can talk about this Corey Graves situation. But in the meantime, it's like backstage drama. Imagine my shock. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. We can talk about backstage drama a lot. There's like, you know what, like, kind of like bothers me about this? And again, it's not my company. I don't really care too much. But the idea that like backstage drama only happens in AEW and it doesn't happen in WWE. That's like a joke. Like come on, it happens. Like Roman Reigns literally, like it happens. You know, it happens. It is what it is. Omer's breaking point was when Bryan Danielson lost the world championship. You're damn right. I cried. I was there with Kenny Baum in the building, and I cried. I was mad. I was ready, bro. It was like one of those like. It was one of those moments where I felt like exactly what you would think a star in the Hammerstein or a fan in the Hammerstein ballroom if RVD lost the belt would feel against John Cena back in 2006. Like I was heated, bro. I was heated. WWE's pretty tight-lipped about it. Yep, they are pretty tight-lipped about it. That is true. Way better. Like there's just not enough leaks. The backstage thing happens in every company. I mean, again, people even hint towards stuff that like that has happened, but like they don't like talk about it. Like if you really think that like everyone backstage in AEW or in WWE likes each other or whatever and it's hunky dory, no. And it was never that way in AEW either. It was just like a perception that people had that was just not true. Was it like, were things more like hunky-dory? Sure, at a certain point. But come on, like at the end of the day, you're going to run into coworkers, you're going to run into people you don't like sometimes. And that's okay. That shit happens. That's life, baby. You move on. It moves on. You move on. We all move on. Anyway. Oh, man. Oh, we got a nice super chat. Thank you so much. Roddy, too good. Go, Roddy, go. Roddy too good. It's funny how when people talk about TNA, no one talks about viewers or pay-per-view sales. You know why? Because there's no discourse around it because it's not as tribal, right? The amount of, and this is a good thing, the amount of like TNA like tribalists that are out there, it's like literally I can count on my hand. That's a good thing because that means it's about the wrestling. It's about what we're watching. From a business perspective, if you genuinely want to look at things from a business perspective, like that's why I talk about ratings and stuff, because it's like, for me, it's genuinely interesting to think about from a business perspective. And I'm not like looking at it like, okay, so they beat WWE in this way. I'm not doing all that. I'm not tweet farming or whatever the fuck like these people are doing. No. I'm just out here like talking about either business, the business side of wrestling, which you guys know I talk about. Sometimes I get into the rumors it be like that. It happens. I'm only a fan. But at the end of the day, for TNA, it's always about the wrestling. And think about that roster they got. They got a great roster assembled over there in TNA wrestling. You have the Hardys right now. You have Joe Hendry. You have Jordan Grace. We ain't going to talk about no Tessa Blanchard. Not on this stream. But Masha, like you have an insane crop of young talent over there that are ready. that people should be talking more about. But people get lost in this AEW, WWE tribal stuff, right? My side is better than yours. That's why, and that's at the end of the day, that's why, man. And I will always look at like trends and pay-per-view sales, like for TNA too. I don't look at viewers because like right now we got like more people watching TNA. No. It's a joke. Jokes. But Mike Santana, another guy in TNA who's like kicking ass, who I think when they do that Worlds Collide thing with WWE, it's going to hit. It's going to absolutely hit. But yeah, with TNA, the benefit that they have is it's about the wrestling. It's about the show. They get judged upon how hot they are. They get judged upon how hot the storylines are and how good they are and how good the in-ring is. And it's great. You take away Moose and Tessa Blanchard, love that show, baby. Let's go. If I was in WWE, talking to Roman, I'd have Samoan Mafia in my house. I mean, I don't even think it'd get that far. You might not have a job. I saw a funny report that WWE Malachi sees Malachi as a top singles act. No disrespect, but I don't see Malachi being more than the mid-card champ in WWE. Spooky gimmicks just don't really work. I could see him being being a main event guy in the same way I see like a Finn Balor being a main event guy. Like you can heat him up for a main event feud. Like that's the thing about him. He's got a mystique about him that is interesting. He's got an aura about him that is different. Just like I have an aura about me when y'all hit that like button. Mondo in the chat says false equivalence to compare a 5-year-old company versus a 60-year-old company. Yeah, in many ways it is, because at the end of the day, WWE, the reason why AEW was able to be as hot as it was when it was, and in some weeks, whatever, beat one of WWE shows in a key demo or two, the reason why that was allowed to happen were twofold. Number one, AEW was a new, hot, fresh company featuring new, hot, fresh acts that an American audience had not seen but only heard about and that were kind of underground. And it was interesting at a time where WWE, and this is the second point, where WWE was absolute hot, stinking poop on a hot summer's day in the Sahara on top of camel shit. Like, that's how bad WWE was in the last couple of years of Vince McMahon. That's how bad it was. That's how bad things got. That's why AEW was able to start as hot as they did. That's why AEW, being the alternative, kind of catering to logical storytelling that fans wanted. People wanted good wrestling. But now the issue is they're getting competent storytelling somewhat, depending on who you ask. They're getting good spectacle from Triple H. And that's what fans want. That's what those fans want. And they went back. And they're watching WWE again. They're not watching AEW. And that's not a bad thing. Like, watch what you want to watch. At the end of the day, I've always said this. If you're like, I'm a fan of wrestling, I will watch anything. Depending on how bad. But like, even bad professional wrestling, I will find a reason to enjoy it. Or at least try to find a reason to enjoy it, right? I'm like one of those guys. Now, we're talking 2000 WCW. That's what we not doing. That's what we not enjoying. 1 second. But like, nah. That's just what we not doing. Like, come on now. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Corey Graves, people. Because I know y'all want to talk about this. So this Corey Graves situation went from like bad to worse to yikes for WWE recently. Here, I'm just going to pull up this from the beginning. We're just going to take a look. This was the original tweet that got a lot of buzz that seemingly got Corey Graves in trouble. Imagine chasing your dream, then being told, not deciding that you are no longer physically able to pursue your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty effing awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you're being told you're not famous enough to do your own job, just in case you've wondered where I've been. So that was the tweet that kind of got him in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of heat, it seems, because basically right after that, this report came out courtesy of Mike Johnson and the good folks over at PW Insider. You can see it right here. Corey Graves will not be appearing on tonight's edition of NXT. This was this past Tuesday. He will not be appearing on NXT. Graves was spotted this afternoon at the Orlando airport going through TSA to leave the city. There had been word with WWE for the last week that Graves wasn't happy from being bumped off of Raw and SmackDown for NXT. So that had been bubbling up, and it just seems like Corey Graves got to Orlando after that tweet, was sent packing by WWE because of that tweet. And Dave Meltzer over at Wrestling Observer Radio rounds us out here by stating that he, Corey Graves, was genuinely unhappy. Now, why you would go on Twitter and do all this, I can't answer that question. There's people there who think, and again, there's people there, that meaning Dave has talked to people there who think this, not confirmed. There's people there who think that he was trying to get fired, and that's why he did it. If he was trying to get fired, they probably aren't going to fire him because I don't think they want him going to AEW. If they give him a release, they could also suspend him, which maybe they've done that for all we know. It doesn't have to be announced that they've suspended him. So, again, there's a little bit more that's been reported out there from outlets like Fightful Select and whatnot, but this is like the main meat of it. And again, TLDR, if you didn't follow this so far, let me talk to you. How you doing? Corey Graves. All right? Corey Graves was like crashing out, burning out, crashing out again, and then basically sent home, and he's very unhappy because he got the boot from the main roster. At the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? He got removed from main roster commentary, something he had been doing for years, something he had been doing for almost a decade at this point, something he had been very good at certain points in his career, as far as like the way he came across, at least. I think Corey Graves is a professional. I think he's good at his job. But at the end of the day, they have Pat McAfee and Michael Cole on Raw. And Raw is on Netflix. That is going to be the big spectacle show. That is going to be the show that they want all of the non-wrestling fans watching. Pat McAfee is a good crossover star for that, in their view. And he is. He's got the most watched show on ESPN right now. He's got hours upon hours of prime real estate on that show. He's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars by ESPN to simulcast his show on their network while also being on his YouTube channel, which is one of the most watched, if not the most watched sports show in the entire world, or in the entire United States right now. Pat McAfee's a massive star, is what I'm trying to say. So he got removed from the main roster. Here's the thing, I don't like it because I don't like Pat McAfee as a commentator. But it is what it is. They're going to choose Pat McAfee for that spot as long as they possibly can. And he's going to go away later. I think Corey was probably going to get his job back at some point, probably towards either like summer or fall. Definitely by the fall, because he has to go do College Game Day. He being Pat McAfee has to go do College Game Day. But that didn't sit well with Corey. And then you have, Joe Tessitore over on SmackDown. They really like him. And I like what Joe Tessitore is doing. And they like the dynamic that he's built out with Stu Bennett over there. So for them, it's like, you're just the odd man out. They're not doing three-man booths anymore, thank God, because those were not fun. I don't like three-man booths. I don't even like the three-man booths they're doing on Dynamite right now. I love Tony Schiavone, but that man should not be on commentary right now. Shout out to Tony. Love you. But at the end of the day, man, like, there's two routes you could take. You could take the route of being like, all right, well, I feel like I've given this place a lot, and it is not giving back to me in the way that I expected. And if he genuinely feels underappreciated and all that, that's valid. Totally valid. I see why he's mad. I totally see why he's mad. But it's like one of those things where if you play the game, as Coach actually said, which, again, I don't like everything Coach says. He shouted out someone I'm not really fond of, but regardless, I don't agree with what, a lot of what Coach said, but he was right. If in this, if you play the game, eventually you're going to get your way. And Corey Graves has been playing the game for the past 10 years. He knows this. He knows sometimes there's ups and downs. You get shuffled around. It happens. He doesn't fit in NXT right now because, honestly, he messed up what Vic Joseph and Booker T had, and they're probably the two best announced. I think that's the best announced team that WWE has from a performance standpoint. But, yeah, it just seems like he's not happy. I don't know what... I mean, his contract situation, I believe, is he re-signed last year, I believe, according to a report I read. But don't quote me on that. But, look, it's a bad situation, right? Because this is one of the few, like... I've stated this before. A lot of stuff happens backstage in WWE. Doesn't necessarily get reported too much because it doesn't get out because people are more tight-lipped than ever. But this is one of the few times it's gotten out. And that's why it's broken through, because you have all these people who are shocked, like, oh my God, the Triple H WWE? How are bad things happening under Triple H WWE? Like, no, people don't like each other backstage. They're not getting into fist fights now, at least as far as we know. But you're always going to have a healthy amount of, and sometimes more than a healthy amount of a competitive spirit. You're always going to have a more than a healthy amount of fire backstage. It's going to happen because these people take a lot of pride in their jobs, as they should. And I think part of this is Corey Graves taking pride in the work that he's done and being like, man, I worked my ass off 10 years. I gave everything to this company, days off, all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, here I am, the odd man out on NXT. I'm sure he feels like he got a demotion. And I know Wall Street Money, you're in here saying like, oh, it's a work. It's not a work. This is not a work. At least to my knowledge, at least to what's been reported and out there, this is not a work. Corey Graves was right to be offended, saying he's not famous enough. I mean, it's like when The Rock said to Booker T, "Who are you?" Yeah, I mean, hey, that wasn't great either. But it's true for what they want on that show, for what WWE wants on Netflix. Pat McAfee's the right guy for the job. As bad as his commentary is, and it's bad, it's horrible. Like it is. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I don't look. Y'all know how I watch Raw, right? I either mute the commentary whenever I can, or I watch it in like one of the other languages they got it set on. Sometimes Hindi if that's available, because I'm just like, bro, let me shout out to my boys over there. But yeah, it's pretty bad. The Corey Graves situation is what it is. He's gonna be fine. I mean, look, whether I don't think the odds of him getting fired. I mean, it's 50-50, I would say, in my view, from the outside looking in. Like I could say being 50-50. Like, because part of it is, I mean, actually, no. Part of it is like, does WWE want to see him go? Did you let go of I don't know, whatever. Was this confirmed by Just Brian? Yeah, I mean, our WWE representative, was it confirmed by Just Brian? I don't know. We're gonna have to ask him. He's the one who calls Triple H every night, right? A work to get him back on the air. I mean, could it turn into a work one day? Sure, but I just don't think. It's a huge demotion, and it's not right. I mean, yeah, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, you're going to tell them, like, hey, I'm going to bring more eyeballs to Netflix than Pat McAfee? That's not an argument you can realistically make. Because it's just not true. It's just not true. You know? Jeff Jarrett had a good promo with MJF. I think he did as well. I certainly think he did. I don't know what in the world would be a work since Corey can't wrestle anymore. I mean, Corey could wrestle again, I think, if he wanted to get cleared. I mean, I don't know what the extent of his injuries, but in that tweet, at least, he did insinuate the idea, like, hey, look, a little bit of comme ci, comme ça. I didn't retire by choice. I was told I wasn't going to get cleared. Corey's tweet is still up. Could be a work, but I don't think so. Corey's tweet is no longer up. He took it down. He took it down today. Can you do the Triple H global brand voice? Well, you would have to ask me a question first. You would have to ask me a question that Triple H might get asked at a press conference that could prompt him to potentially talk about WWE's global brand and how, it's growing and it's the hottest time in the companies. I don't know. Maybe you would have to ask a certain question in order to get a response like that. I don't know. Yeah, he's not leaving NXT. He's enjoy. If anyone is enjoying themselves in WWE right now, it is Booker T. That man gets to crash out on NXT every week. Talk about Sexy Red. Talk about whoever the hell. He's like, yeah, Vic. And Vic Joseph is just here listening to the crash out going, my God. By God. Corey Graves, Samantha Irvin, AEW TV would be great. It could be great, yeah. Triple H, what are your thoughts on charging $700 on nosebleeds? I'll get to the other Omer H questions. Did Vince Yes, he did. That is confirmed. He tweeted that out a couple of years ago, so we're just going to get that. I'm not answering that in the Triple H voice, but I will first answer this in a Triple H voice. What are your thoughts on WWE charging $700 for nosebleeds? Well, it's funny you mentioned that because, on this piece of paper I have right here. First, I just want to talk about the record-breaking attendance we had here today. It was the most people who ever attended a show in the tri-state area of Bismarck, North Dakota. It's a historic show. We did a record gate, first time ever. We broke $500,000 in Bismarck, North Dakota. This is great. And our partners, our sponsorships, they made us a whole lot of money as well. Look how rich we are. And look how broke you suckers are. And you know why we get to do that? It's because WWE isn't just... we're not just about wrestling. We're about building a global brand. The one that's not just in America, but global. Means international. And while we have a bunch of great stars, and you saw Penta doing his thing, it's great. And it just speaks to the reach of our globalness. Not just in America, just we're building something that is going to be international and nationwide, not just here but everywhere else. And I just think it's great. The hottest time ever. And now I just would like to tell you that we will be having an event next month. It's going to be great. It's going to be at the WWE Sphere. Tickets will start at $10,000 and a kidney. Thank you. Triple H taking, I'm not taking my glasses off on this stream. Oh, wait, there's another question here. Omer H, will you do a Worlds Collide with AEW? Well, listen. We're a global brand. But we're not that global. And honestly, look, I think the best wrestlers are here. This is where the best wrestle. And plus, we do more than just wrestling here. Leo, I like media scrums. I mean, funny story. So, my first ever media scrum, right, was the AEW Wrestle Dream. It was Wrestle Dream 2023. My first ever media scrum, me being new to all of that kind of stuff, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's do this. It's going to be fun. Homie. It was the longest media scrum in the history of AEW. Still to this day. And they've only gotten shorter since then. And because Tony Khan brought out like 8 guests. And they were all great guests. Everyone was great. Like Adam Copeland had just debuted. They brought him out first. Tony answered some questions. MJF answered some questions. I asked him a question. And he didn't like crash out at me, which is like, that's probably my biggest worry. I was like, man, MJF's going to crash out at me if I ask him a question, but fuck it. But no, he was great. The only person, Christian did crash out at me a little bit, which was really funny. Shout out to Christian. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. That was like the longest one though. I was there till midnight. I was there till midnight Pacific time, which is nuts. That's insane. What's your main issue with Roman Reigns versus CM Punk considered as one of the main events of WrestleMania? I don't have an issue with it. I think it's a good match. I think if they told the story right, which I'm sure they will, it's going to be good. Like it is going to be cool. Wall Street Money, what'd you ask MJF? So he was just talking about Adam Cole because like they were doing that brochacho thing at that time. He was talking about Adam Cole, and I go, so switching from one what did I say? I said, so switching from one Adam to another, Adam Copeland made his debut. What do you think about that? And he was just like, and he immediately says like, I think he's another old guy coming into this company to take my effing spot, and he's got another thing coming. Great son though, Tony. It was really funny. AEW Raw is maybe too packed with world champ stars. No, you can never have enough main eventers. WWE has a bunch of main eventers for a reason, because they want to get new people hot as frequently as possible. Booker T's my least favorite commentator. If I watch NXT, I end up muting it. No, come on. You're not there for the crash out? Although he does do too much sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. He does do too much. Tony's the coolest storyline in wrestling. Yeah, I think it really might be the best right now. Like Tony's man, when she bet on herself, well, like having a lot of guts at like the age of like 26 or whatever to walk away from WWE, bet on herself, she won. She effing won. And let me tell you something. If she gets the chance, or whenever her contract is up next time, she is going to get, whether it's WWE, AEW, whoever, they're going to offer her a massive big money deal. And they should, because she is a generational talent. Remember Tony's face in the Wrestle Media Scrum? Everyone kept saying Edge. Yeah, he was just like, stop saying Edge. It's Adam Copeland. I'm not trying to get sued, baby. Although you won't get sued for the media scrum, I don't think. Maybe you will. It'd be wild if like, I would be like, yo, so Edge, what's up, bro? Bro, they need to stop doing media scrums. I mean, they're fine. I mean, they used to be better because it used to honestly be better when they would have, okay, and I say this annoyingly, I'm like, it used to be better like when they had more time. Because like you would get like more thoughtful questions and more time for thoughtful questions and thoughtful answers and all that kind of stuff. But you know, when they're so concise, they're literally like 15, 20 minutes now. So it's like bam, 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 bam. And you know, like by the time like the first question gets answered, like, you know, there's going to be a question that's not as, critical or whatever. And I'm not trying to dog anyone who's like, I've asked dumb questions at media scrums. I'm the last person to be like, oh, you shouldn't ask this question. Like, no, I mean, certainly there's some things you know. Don't ask Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Moné about her divorce. That is insane. That was bad. That was a bad question to ask. But, like, it is what it is. Oh, we got Mondo in the chat saying, great show today, Omer. Leaving a $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, be sure to keep those chats coming. I'm not in a rush right now. Maybe I will be one day, but I'm not in a rush right now. I do got to go pack later, but we'll deal with that. Tony's face during the All Out 2022 media scrum. That is still like one of the funniest things. Let me see if I can find it. Because like there's this one clip of Tony Khan in that All Out media scrum that was just like it was crazy. Like Tony, you could see like the point where Tony's like where Tony was like, damn it. Oh, Phil, you didn't need to go there, Phil. You didn't need to go there, Philly boy. Oh man. What do we got?
It's pretty similar to the other pay-per-views.
Oh, no, that's not it.
And I'm not gonna get.
Oh, okay. Actually, no. This was funny. Okay, so my favorite thing about this. So I was at All Out 2022. I'm just gonna. What is up? So I was at All Out 2022, right? And I wasn't at the media scrum or anything like that, but I was there, and so Ubers were expensive coming back from the Now Arena, and what I did was I walked down the street to like this hotel, and I took an Uber from there, and it was like half the price. I was like, bada bing, let's go. And on the way back, you know, I'm like scrolling through. I don't have my headphones, by the way, so I'm scrolling through. I'm on like my phone, and bro, Vince Russo voice. I'm just hearing like all this stuff like, oh, yo, CM Punk, what? Oh, what's he saying? I'm like, well, what's going on? Let me check this. And immediately it's like, I go into the scrum live, and this is the first thing I hear. Like literally this.
And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
This is like my favorite clip in the history of professional wrestling. Because no one in the history of the world has ever been so dead-ass than Tony Khan in this moment. And I was blown away because I'm just hearing all this shit about CM Punk, and all I hear is,
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
No context, too. No context. I don't think you guys heard what he said. Oh, man, you guys didn't probably hear what he said. Okay, here it is.
And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Like literally, I was like, yo, what the fuck, yo, why is he crashing out? I thought Punk was the one who was crashing out. Wait a minute, what? No, what? So like literally, I was like, bro, that's crazy. TK, why is he so mad? Is this gonna work? And then I caught up and I was like, yikes. Punk was mad because instead of Pepsi, they only had Coca-Cola. Well, no, he was drinking Spindrifts, lemon Spindrifts, the superior Spindrift, by the way. CM Punk was talking about his dog. Tony was making a sad face. Bro, it's hilarious. What are you going to do, man? Like, what are you going to do when all that stuff is happening? Like, here's the thing. People are like, Tony should have stopped it. I mean, look, what was Tony going to do? Be like, hey, Phil, stop. Like, I mean, probably. But, like, he's not, this is not who Tony is. I mean, it is what it is. Brawl Out made the pay-per-view irrelevant. Also, the fact that the voice was distorted. Yo, no, yeah, you're right. That was the other thing. Because, like, no, we going back to it.
And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Yo, like, that was the other thing. I was like, why does Tony sound like Megatron? Like, or Megatron. Why does Tony sound like Kane when he was like, if I do not win the title? Like, why does he sound like that? Why does my man sound like an animatronic robot or whatever the hell? But apparently, like, yeah, they had big time audio issues. That's why CM Punk was like, oh, Cocabera. Oh, he lives at home with his mother. That's why he sounded like, well, that's just Jack Perry now. But he was heated about that because he got asked. I remember, now I do remember that question he got asked because, I mean, it was around the time the tampering stuff happened. He was not happy about that at all. How do you stop angry Punk with a live microphone? Yeah, the pipe bomb was already exploding. You just gotta hope that you don't get hit. That's basically what it was. You see how Punk was sounding. I'll try to find a clip of Punk. But yeah, he was heated. He was so heated. Omer, you're amazing. Have you considered working with other wrestling YouTube channels? And Santi would be great. Oh no, Santi. I know of Santi. Santi's a good guy, from what I hear. Yeah, no, I work with a couple of YouTube channels. Y'all know the work I did but y'all know the work over that I have done in the past and may one day do again on an on and off basis with Kiss the Ring. With Just Brian, Kenny Baum. I know Lex is over there. Shout out to Kero Yuta. Kero over there too. I don't know. Those are the homies. But yeah, I'm always open to it. It's definitely something I need to. I want to do more of. It's just like sometimes finding time is hard, man. But we'll do it, man. Shout out to Ango. I've been on Ango's show before. I do got to hit up Justin from the Wrestling Classic. That's the homie over there. He does a lot of great stuff. Go check out Justin from the Wrestling Classic. Let's see.
The fact that I have to sit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Is this the distorted voice Punk? Oh, no, it's not playing.
The fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs and couldn't fucking manage a target, and they spread lies and bullshit and put into a media that I got somebody fired when I have fuck all to do with him, want nothing to do with him, do not care where he works, where he doesn't work, where he eats, where he sleeps. And the fact that I have to get up here and do this in 2022.
You know what? Here's the thing, man. Looking back at this now that we've gone down this rabbit hole, I know exactly what was going on in Punk's brain and his head right at that moment. Because here's the thing, man. You can tell, like, I'm watching this and I'm just like, man, like you see this right? You see this right here when he does a little head nod over here? When right here. So watch his head nod.
They spread lies and EVPs and couldn't fucking manage a target. And they spread lies and bullshit.
Right there. That little head nod. He hit his stride right there. So I think we've all been mad at certain points, obviously, to varying degrees. But, like, there's some moments when you get mad. And you hit a stride with your anger and your hate. And a flip turns and you're just like, yeah, screw that. F that. And that. And that. And like he hit his stride then. And there was no stopping him when he was at that stride. It was like there was a point of no return. And he hit it when he hit that little head nod because he was like, yeah, and he did this, and he did this. Colt Cabana, screw him. I don't care where he sleeps, where he works, none of that. Like, I relate to Punk in that moment. I don't agree with anything he said, but I relate so much to that. Yo, shout out to Denise Salcedo. She does have the real video, or the real audio, I should say. The angle that she took. By the way, guys, be sure to hit that like button. I don't even know how we got down this rabbit hole. But we did. I will say this, though. Like, he didn't even hit, like, a stride of anger during his Ariel Helwani interview. He was just like, I'm just, like, average, like, semi-salty Punk. I think the best thing about Malachi coming to AEW was the House of Black and Julia Hart. Yeah, the transformation of Julia Hart was probably the best thing to come out of that as a whole. For sure. He reached the peak of true anger. Yeah, that was, like, pure salt. But you know what? My guy, he turned it around, though. My boy Punk, Punky over here, he turned it around. You know why? Because he was enjoying that muffin. I will say this. Also went to Mindy's Bakery and got the same exact muffin Punk was munching on. That shit was good. That shit was really good. I even did a vlog about it. Yeah, go look it up. I went to Mindy's Muffins. My Christmas vlog from 2022. I went to Mindy's Muffins and that it hit. It hit. Those were some good muffins they got over there. Shout out to Mindy's Bakery in Chicago. If you ever get a chance, go on the Blue Line in Chicago, go down to Damon, get off at Damon, the Damon stop, and yeah, just go and crash out on some Mindy's and just don't talk to like anyone who you care about because you will be mad apparently. Oh my god. He went from venting to I freaking hate everyone here. And yeah, at that point he was like, you know what? Yeah, I do hate everyone here. To say AEW episode as we cleared Raw is seriously delusional. It's an opinion. I'm not asking everyone to agree with it. It's just my opinion. Punk, you didn't have to do that. He did though. He did though. I think AEW needs a team bonding exercise. Brawl for... Oh, my God. You know what? That might have fixed things. A brawl for all in AEW. Have all the CM Punk's guys facing all of the elite people. That'd be crazy. Punk might actually win that. Punk might have actually won that if there was like a real brawl for all. He probably would have won. Do you believe the report that WWE sees Malachi as the top guy? I mean, it depends what we mean by top guy. I mean, I definitely think that Triple H sees him. I think Triple H probably sees him as top guy. Yeah, 100%. Because he's a Triple H guy. I agree with you. Fun fact: Raw is no longer in the Netflix top 10. I mean, that was never gonna continue. But there's gonna be weeks where it is. There's gonna be weeks where it's not. We already had a brawl for all last Rampage. No, that was just that was whatever. Hey yo, my boy Derrick Henry getting sized up by the Donald over here. Oh yo, this weekend's gonna suck. Yeah, man. God, I miss it, man. God. I don't know. What else you gotta talk about, guys? Guys, leave a chat. I'm still here. I'm still vibing, man. We might vibe. You know, we might vibe till Smack. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna vibe till SmackDown comes on. Y'all want to vibe till SmackDown comes on? Is that what you guys want to do? Let me know in the chat. Are we vibing until SmackDown comes on, and then I can then I'll head out and go pack my bags and do what I gotta do. Just let them fight it out. Problem is, Sammy would still get slammed. No. Shout out to Sammy. I almost said Sammy Callahan. Shout out to Sammy Guevara. Good kid. Misguided sometimes, but good kid. How long? You say kid? He's like 3 years older than me. How long do you think Omega and Will are going to feud with Don Callis' family? I wouldn't do this past. I would not do this. Dude, I mean, they're probably gonna do it till Double or Nothing, aren't they? Yeah. Isn't SmackDown tomorrow? I just realized SmackDown isn't tonight. Why does it feel like a Friday? It's Thursday today. I was like, why does it feel like a Friday? I just want it to be Friday. Maybe that's it. Whoops, guys. All right, I mean, we'll just vibe it out then, baby. Let's do it. We're just going to vibe it out. Yeah, I know. I'm wrong. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Yeah. Sorry. Donald Trump versus Vince McMahon. Texas Hell in a Cell death match for the WWE and AEW championship. Yeah, that match would probably take place in hell. Frank G Live, LOL. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't see that Will Ospreay Omega thing going until All In. They might come back to it for Forbidden Door if Kenny wins the belt, though. Because I think you end Forbidden Door in London with Ospreay as the champ. I think you do. Oh no, Kick is trying to buy TikTok. Oh dear goodness. Who was the best relationship, WWE and TNA or AEW New Japan? I mean, they both have both have really good relationships. Like I don't think anything differentiates either company. Like they're both doing very good, and both companies are benefiting from it. Oh, did we lose? I think we might have lost the chat for a little bit. Let me see if we can get it back. We're going to test. Did we get it back? Oh, God. Why is the sound playing? Yikes. Christian win the belt this year? I hope not. I would not be a fan of that. I don't think he should win the belt. I said hi in the chat. I was trying to test something out, but it worked. Hi. Hello to you too, Wall Street Money. Hi, everyone. Everyone spam the chat with hi, I guess. Oh, no. Our boy Brian is stuck at work. Oh, no. Hey, I'm looking forward to that upload, though, little bro. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing, Just Brian. Now do your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Hey, Tony Khan and Bad Bunny are long lost twins. Changed my mind. What? Tony Khan. Hey, yo, hold up. Have you seen Benito? Like, come on. Bad Bunny and Tony Khan. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I need you to. Who said that? Who? Yeah. My boy. I need you to explain this to me. How in the blue, orange, and every other color hell does this man look like Tony Khan? From what angle? In what universe does Tony Khan look like, and vice versa? In what universe does this man, something about the hair, my guy, what are we doing here? like, what are we doing here? What's going on? What hair? Tony literally has he has a more curled out and unkempt version of my haircut. That's what Tony has. It's the Pakistani blood in that man. He keeps the hair curly. The wavy. We wavy out here, baby. Ricochet should dethrone Garcia for the TNT title. That would be cool. I'd be into that. Especially with the gimmick he has going on right now. I'd be into that. Find a pic of Bad Bunny from the pay-per-view Damian Priest. He had dreads, didn't he? Am I crashing out, or did he not have dreads or something? That was Backlash 2023, right? Yeah. My guy. Good. What is this? Can we stop with the lies? How does he look like Tony? Someone explain to me how he looks like Tony Khan. Even with the hair, it's just curly. He's just got curls. That's not Tony. Hogan would say a lot of things. All right, let's not get into that. Hulk Hogan would say a lot of things that are untrue. Omer came with the receipts. I'm vibing right now. Hogan get booed again at Madison or at Saturday night's main event. They're gonna be in Texas. He might not. I think he'll get booed by some people though, for sure. He will get booed by some people. I just don't think it won't be as bad though as LA, I don't think. What are we doing here? Shout out to Wrestle Vibes. Damn right, shout out to Wrestle Vibes. That's my side channel. We just had a good week here at Wrestle Vibes. The biggest video in Wrestle Vibes history. 84,000 views and growing, baby. Thank you guys. That's all because of your support, and I appreciate every single one of you. It's a video about Penta leaving AEW for WWE. I really enjoy the stuff I do over on that channel, because it's kind of I get to be more creative over there. It's fun. So if you like the docu-style content, the video essay type content, go over to youtube.com/Wrestle Vibes. Yes, I'm saying that and enunciating it clearly for everyone. Wrestle Vibes. That's my side. Hey, man, you gotta have a main to have a side, Penta video was super toxic in the comment. Yeah, it was. I was not. I mean, I should have been ready for that, but I wasn't ready for that. It was bad. I had people calling me a lot of stuff. That's the internet. Who cares, man? Yeah, the comment section of videos on YouTube are just what they are. It's bad, man. The internet in general is bad. Twitter is a cesspool. I can't stand Twitter these days, man. How would you book Penta's WWE run to make him more over? I would have him team up with Ray. Then I would have him take the LWO from Ray, face Ray at WrestleMania, and beat Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania definitively. Have him be a big-time heel, and then around the time that... And have him give him the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. Championship. Yeah, I think it would be the IC title, right? And I think at that point, Braun Breaker's probably going to be ready to move on to the world title picture. But yeah, give Penta the Intercontinental Championship, and then have the LWO cost him and turn on him later this fall or summer. And when Rey Fenix eventually gets out of his AEW deal, which probably happened around that time, summer, fall, whatever, you'll have a chance for Rey Fenix to make the save for his brother. Good little story there. Over, champion. Yeah, let's do it. If Backlash is in Mexico, build up Penta for that show. It's not going to be in Mexico this year, I don't think. I think that was Bad Bunny was he was misunderstood in that front. He was definitely misunderstood in that front. I think because he read something from it wasn't Wrestle Votes, it was Westel Votes. You know what? Making Penta Oscuro would be crazy. Rey Fenix granted his release at this point. Yeah, he probably should be, but he won't be. He won't be for a while. I mean, he won't be at all. Like I think they're gonna wait it out until his contract is up. Probably. But yeah, man. You guys got any other crash out moments we can talk about? I was actually enjoying the Punk stuff. That was fun to go back and revisit. I haven't watched that much. I haven't watched that, I don't think, since like 2023. Because I did rewatch it like a year later. Because I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it. It's like, you got to leave the memories alone. I didn't leave the memories alone. I went back and watched that stuff again. Rey Fenix just got fight Jack Perry backstage. Well, Perry's going to have to be backstage for him to fight him. Bro hasn't been there. I really thought today was Friday. Yeah, man. I mean, look, guys, I've been working all day. All right. When you work all day, you forget what day it is. I don't know. Maybe that's my excuse, I guess. I don't know. I was tired. I'm tired today. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm hurt. I'm hungry. I work with children, all that stuff that we was trying to say. Tony has every right to keep him, especially if you're talking. I mean, hey, he does. Contractually, he's not doing anything wrong. Like that's the thing. At the end of the day, Rey Fenix signed a contract. It is what it is. I do think that Tony probably should have let that one go. That's what I probably would have done. So it's like, if you don't want to be here, let's not cause problems. RELAX, relax, bye-bye. Now, you obviously don't want to set that precedent. I understand why Tony doesn't want to necessarily set that precedent. It's fine. You what? You work with children. So, hey, that's the CM Punk line. Come on now. It's the CM Punk line. And first, and also, yeah, what is says about that? How do you know I'm not a kindergarten teacher? Nothing says about kindergarten teaching. There's a backbone of American education that is about to be ripped away because somehow Linda fucking McMahon is going to be the Secretary of Education. That is wild. That is wild. Oof. That is wild. I watched that video when this live stream was on. Heard Phoenix's merch was taken off the site. It was. Rather than Ricky Starks would be a fit in WWE. I mean, on the AEW roster, a bunch of people would fit in WWE. I would say a lot of the people at the top would still fit in the WWE, especially right now. MJF, definitely. Tony Storm would fit right into WWE nowadays. The easier question is who wouldn't. You're right. I mean, or who would have trouble. Like, I think a lot of the people, most of the people there are pretty capable of doing it in WWE. I mean, one of the like someone like Ricochet might have a problem just because he was literally just there and he hit his ceiling in WWE, but he's doing the best worker. I would say this. He's doing the best work he has done probably since Lucha Underground with this Swerve stuff. Because it has a purpose, and he means something to the show. It was not something you could say about him regularly on WWE. Yeah, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hop. Wardlow probably should go to WWE at this point. Wardlow probably should go to WWE. Yeah. I don't know. What else you guys want to talk about? I should do like a. What I might do is one week I might do like a. I might do a stream where I literally just react to the CM Punk Great Bomb and just see what happens. That video, it's a stream. I don't really care if that gets demonetized. I guess I could eat that. That's fine. Probably could fit pretty much a majority of the talent there, and it would work. Yeah, you probably could. WWE is a way of hiding weakness. Oh, I wasn't. Hold on. I do. You know what I do want to do? There's got to be a video of that man saying global brand. now that I'm here, now that I've made it here, I kind of do want to do this. Hold on. There's got to be a video of this man like saying we're a global brand or some shit like that. Hold on, let me see. Is this it?
Bailey taking a place. Bailey is a very unique and very sort of giving performer that is always a constant. And I think it's easy to overlook how good she is because she's always the constant in getting something else launched. And I can't say enough about that, how much that role.
Okay, that's not there's no global brandery over here. Maybe here?
Jordan Grace coming.
I'm talking about Jordan Grace. Shout out to Jordan Grace, but it's what we're not looking for.
It's always interesting to me when people say, how could that happen or how could they do that in that moment?
Global brand.
And it's almost perfectly spelled out in this story.
Wait a minute. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. This is like literally his defense of every single one of his storylines that like drags out. This, bro, you Triple H, you sly dog, you. This is like literally what everyone says about his way of storytelling.
When people say, how could that happen or how could they do that in that moment? And it's almost perfectly spelled out in this story. I need to finish the story. In the WWE, the story never finishes.
Yeah, you're damn right. The story never finishes because my boy is still hold up. Nah, this is a clip right here. I'm bookmarking this. This is a clip right here. If you, that is hilarious.
In the WWE, the story never finishes.
Yo, that's so true. You know what, Hunter? You know what, Paul Levesque? You're damn right. You're damn right. In WWE, the story never finishes. Because when you're a global brand, you don't finish in any way. You have to leave room for more storytelling, that is. They're a global brand. AEW also put him against Punk. Think highly of him. Who are we talking about here? Wardlow? Yeah. They thought highly of him. I mean, I can't think too highly of him. He's healthy, but not on TV. Bro is fluent in corporate. Yeah, he's in corporate speak. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Triple H is like all about that corporate speak. Like that's just what he does. Except when he's answering questions about Vince McMahon, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't read the thing about my father-in-law. I don't keep up with the news. All right, it's a global brand here that we're trying to build, and I'm not letting that rip away from the positive global brandness." Hobbs. Oh yeah. They definitely trust Hobbs. Tony loves Hobbs, but is what it is. Oh, yo, who did this? You win the internet. You win the internet. That was hilarious. That was a good one. That was a real good one. Seth Rollins said about Punk is true. He expects his friends to leave. Yeah, here's the thing. So shout out to Chris Van Vliet. I can probably like at least play the audio of that. But yeah, so Rollins, what he said in that Chris Van Vliet interview is not in. It's not something that Rollins at least didn't believe at one point. Like, there at least has been legitimate heat between the two. And I think a lot of what Rollins said, like I would say like probably 60-70% of what he said in that CBV interview about Punk is stuff that he said that he believes, or at least one point believed about Punk. And it was a shoot. And there's a good chance they probably still don't like each other. They're just willing to do they're willing to work, which is good. They should be willing to work together. It's a good thing.
It's been a long time. When was the last time we sat down and talked?
10 years.
Kids,
Okay, that's just it's talking. Shout out to Chris Van Vliet though.
Take me backstage 10 years
ago.
ago.
The heist of the century. No, I'm talking about. Whatever. I had to go on YouTube to find it, and I'm not doing all that. Unless someone like send it to me, but I think we could start doing, I guess, on these more free form streams. You can, if there's a clip that I probably won't get copyrighted for, you can feel free to do that. Oh, speaking of the devil, by the way, this is why I'm so scared of the internet, right? Because I get hit with stuff like this, I just Googled, or I just searched up Chris Van Vliet, and he's like, guess who's my next interview today? Like, this literally just popped up on my feed, and I'm just like, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, they know. I mean, of course they know. It's the algorithm. Good old-fashioned algorithm. Shout out to Big Hero Chris, Prince, the main event Chris, whatever you want to call him. My boy, hip hop is back. Buster Rhymes turned himself in for assault after alleged altercation. That's crazy. Brock Lesnar. Hey, yo. There's timestamps in the description. Yeah, there are. I know. I'm just not going to go to YouTube. I disagree, sir. Wardlow has nothing hit. Has not hit a ceiling in AEW. He could be champion. He could be the champ at some point. I just don't see it happening in AEW at this point. I think he probably leaves. He's a good guy. He probably should leave. Sometimes it is time to leave the territory, and it's not a bad thing. It is the way it plays out. It happens. It is what it is. Man. I'm tired. All right, guys, I'm going to give it 10 more minutes, I guess. Right at the 8 p.m. slot when I thought SmackDown was going to come on because I thought it was a Friday. We'll end this. But it's been a fun stream. Hopefully you guys have had fun too. Bro, people, this Penta render. Hold up. Ooh, that Penta render is great. That's a good render for Penta. Oh, I lost it now. Oh, they are starting the taping for Collision right now. That is true. They are starting the taping for Collision right now. For those of you who may be wondering. Look at that. Ooh, are those red ropes? They brought the red ropes. Momentum can be regained, though. It would be hard, but not impossible. Yeah. I like, it's not impossible. It's just like, it's unlikely, I think, in AEW. It's also just like man, that roster is full, man. That roster is full right now. And they need to be telling more focused storylines, and I just don't know if Wardlow fits into it. You know what I think you guys fit into? Hitting that like button. You guys will fit into my best friend group if you hit that like button. Because it helps the channel grow, helps out the algorithm, all that stuff. Search up Samoa Joe Triple H question about lawsuit. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't actually want to. I don't want to think about the Vince lawsuit right now. Like, it's just I know, like, that's not like a complete denial. Or, I mean, it is, but like, I don't want to. It's like a very sad thing to talk about. I ain't gonna lie. What's something fun we can end on? What's something fun, guys? Oh, you guys actually, you know what we could end on? That might be funny. You guys want to see when Christian Cage scared the absolute pee out of me? We can do that actually. So yeah, here we go. I think this is it. Oh God, I'm not logged into the Prime account or the premium account. So we'll have to wait until this commercial is done. Okay, so Christian Cage made me forget my question. I want to preface this before we watch this, but so this is the Wrestle Dream media scrum. Christian Cage, I don't know what happened. My boy, I felt antagonized. Not antagonized. I felt scared. My boy just kind of crashed out a little bit. Here we go. I'm gonna play it and I'll explain.
Anybody have an intelligent question?
He set me up for this. I will say he set me up for this.
Hi, Omer Q from Real Take Wrestling. It's always interesting to me.
Wait, what was it?
Bruh, all right. Look, let me be real. So I'm like, I'm here. I'm like, Omer Q, Real Take Wrestling. That's the brand, all right? Respect the brand, Christian Cage. And immediately, my boy sandbags. He's like, what? What did you just say?
Hi, Omer Q from Real Take Wrestling. It's always interesting to me.
Wait, what was it?
Omer Q from Real Take Wrestling.
Okay.
Sorry.
My biggest regret is that sorry. My biggest regret is that sorry. That was oof. But he did know what he was doing. You were right on that Wall Street Money. My boy, I was like, oh, damn, sorry. And then I forgot my question. That was the other thing. I literally forgot my question. It's so cringe. This is actually insanely cringe to watch back.
It's always interesting to me when wrestlers take apart the mat on the ring and expose the wood.
Forgot my question. Sorry, that's just the most random shit ever about like breaking up the ring. Thank God Tony Khan saved me though. Here, I'll just let it play.
Apart the mat on the ring.
Okay.
Sorry. It's always interesting to me when wrestlers take apart the mat on the ring and expose the wood.
Expose the wood.
What was going through your mind when you decided to do that?
I wanted to hurt Darby Allin. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
I thought you said you were going to out-wrestle him tonight.
I did out-wrestle him.
Bro, nah, Tony. Yo, shout out to Tony Khan. The Pakistani connection is real. My boy saved my ass here. Because look at the way Christian reacts. He's like, bitch, what? Like, what did you just say?
Darby Allin. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
I thought you said you were going to out-wrestle him tonight.
I did out-wrestle him. My hand was raised at the end. I beat him 2 falls to none.
Isn't that the kind of stuff that he would normally do that you said proves he's not a great wrestler?
Did I say that? I don't remember saying that.
Shout out Tony Khan for the save. Shout out Tony Khan for the save because yikes. Oh man. Yeah, I know. Mad cringe. It was. I agree, guys. I know. I was a wee little lad a year and a half ago. Okay? I was a wee little lad. I just wanted to play in the Irish Spring. Yet, I was playing. I mean, yeah, no, Christian was crazy. What was the original question? I don't remember even. I think it was like something. It was a psychology question. So it was like my mind. I think it tangentially kind of like the ring thing. I was like, but like, it was like a psychology question because the way I started it off was like, you know, I'm always interested when the wrestlers do something. But I don't remember exactly what it was. It wasn't this. I will say the original question was not me being like, "Hey, so you exposed the wood." You exposed the wood. I'm interested when wrestlers do that. Why would you do that? That's crazy. It's a crazy question to ask. At least I got my good. At least the MJF question was a solid one. That wrestler. Yikes. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Guys. Oh, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna no cap. That was tough. But I'm glad I was able to relive this trauma with y'all. I'm really glad I was able to relive this trauma with y'all. Cause yikes. Omer from Real Take Wrestling. Sorry, what? Omer from Real Take Wrestling. And I did the emote, like the frown emoji. You need R to use exposed song for this on soundboard. Yeah, man. I should like get me a soundboard. That's probably something I should do. I mean, since we're down here, you exposed the wood without context. Go very bad. Yeah, I know. Thank God there was context. Thank God there was context there. Oh man. Let me see if I can. We might just do one last thing. I might as well relive. Here's the thing. I relived the bad part. Now I'm gonna relive like the decent job I did at that presser when I asked MJF the question. All right, so I'm just gonna.
Very quickly, here's what I'm going
Yeah,
to say.
I'm gonna relive like the decent part here, and this time it's gonna be my stream, so it won't get copyrighted if that's the case.
Badge of honor because I know I'm doing it for my boy. So I'm cool.
Oh God, wait, why is this in like 420p? Nah, we doing that 1080, baby.
Last question for Max. Anyone? Here.
Hi, I'm Mark Grassi, Real Take Wrestling. So, going from one Adam to another, tonight, Adam Copeland made his AEW debut.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, and is he someone you're looking forward to facing in the ring?
I think he's another guy that's coming into my company that wants my spot, and he's got another fucking thing coming if he thinks he's going to take it. Great sign, though. Good job, Tony. I'm proud of you.
Oh, what's his face? Yeah, no.
No,
Then
but in all
I gotta
sincerity,
realize
first ballot Hall of Famer, incredible professional wrestler. I don't care. I'm just going to say it. I think bell to bell right now, we have like one of the best professional wrestling rosters ever in the history of the sport. It's fucking insane.
I'm just glad MJF was a face at this point, because heel MJF would have crashed out at that answer probably, or with his answer probably. But no. Shout out to Max. He was pretty nice. Shout out to everyone at that presser. Even Christian Cage. Would have fit his character. I miss Babyface. Yeah. I miss the idea of Babyface MJF more than I actually miss him. I do like All Out MJF though was peak. I will say that was good MJF. I love that. Tony drips. Yo, that was the other thing, bro. Nah. Going back to this, bro. This man's coffee. Look, shout out to Tony Khan. This man's coffee, burning hot, insanely hot. Like the temperatures of that, he was like I could see like the smoke coming out of this freshly brewed, hot, boiling coffee, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, Tony is just like downing it. I'm just like, bro, how the inside of your mouth must be like burning. It's crazy. AEW needs super mega babyface MJF. It'll happen again one day, and I think it'll happen the way they probably wanted it to happen at some point. So, all right, guys, it is officially 8 p.m. And if this was a Friday, it would be time for SmackDown. It is not a Friday. How do you know though? I mean, I saw it was burning hot. Like, go back and watch this video. Like, the coffee is I think people even like in the comment section were like talking about it. They're like, yo, Tony's coffee is crazy hot. Like, it's like literally smoking. Yeah. Did you ask Tony a question? I didn't get the chance to. They took mercy on all of us and ended the scrum at like the 2 hour mark. All right, guys. Speaking of ending the scrum at about the 2 hour mark, I'm gonna end this show at right around the 2 hour mark. This has been a really fun show. This has been probably one of my favorite shows we've done. This is fun, engaging, fun, good stuff. Leo Relic says it's 4:30. I need to go back to playing some classic Doom on the Xbox. Go do that, my boy. Appreciate you, Leo. Appreciate Wall Street Money. Appreciate Taco Kid, Sir, whatever the rest of your name is. I can't see on the screen right now. Every single one of you in the chat who showed up, showed out, balled out, all that fun stuff. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Wrestling with Omer. You guys catch daily videos, clips, all that kind of fun stuff here on the channel. We got your news covered every single day of the week. Well, at least 6 out of 7 days of the week. Live streams on Tuesdays for OT Graps right here on youtube.com/Real Take Wrestling. Also, be sure to go over and subscribe, youtube.com/OT Graps. And go over to youtube.com/Wrestle Vibes. Check that out. Go over to youtube.com/Real Take Sports. If you're a fan of sports, mostly football, sports, go check out my little side passion project there. So, all right. I'm tired. I got to go pack. I got stuff to do. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, love y'all. Thank you for tuning in for as long as you guys have. It's been awesome. It's been real. Take wrestling. All right. Be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real. Bye, guys.